In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into Jupiter or JUP. It's not going to be a tutorial of the platform, but rather a video analysis of the project itself as a financial investment, what my price predictions are going to be, and if I would buy myself as part of my crypto portfolio. But I would be open to do a tutorial, so let me know down in the comments if you want to see a tutorial on how to use the products offered by Jupiter. Before we start the video, just a quick reminder, guys, if you don't follow me on X, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I'm dropping alpha pretty much on a daily basis, so check me out. It's cpro with 1_, and I'm the verified profile. Beware of impersonators. This is my only profile, and it's verified, obviously. And the other reminder, Tangem just released a Bitcoin pizza special edition wallet. It's actually pretty fucking cool. It's only with limited numbers, so by the time that you're watching this video, it might be almost sold out already. You can always use, as always, cpro with 10% off at checkout. The link is automatically applied by clicking in the discount in the description. This is just the same product. It's the same functionality, but it's just for aesthetic purposes. I found it very cool, so I wanted to share with you. Jupiter, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is not your regular decentralized exchange, it's a liquidity aggregator. What is a liquidity aggregator? It's essentially a website that acts like a DEX, but compares the prices throughout several different DEXs, in this case in the Solana ecosystem, and gets you the best available price, the cheapest price. As a result, you're not going to waste endless money on gas fees, and this is going to provide for you the cheapest option available. A lot of you guys will be asking, bro, you always look into low cap cryptos. Why are you even touching this project? You'd never look into projects that are in the billions of market cap. And first of all, I disagree, because if I think about Caspa is 2 times and almost 3 times bigger and what Jupiter is. And I don't want to compare them because they are completely different projects, but Jupiter just makes sense for a safer play that I'm going to give you my price predictions at the end of the video. As I said, it's a liquidity aggregator on Solana. I am super bullish on Solana. I think the Solana ecosystem is going to be one of the GOAT ecosystem for this current bull run, which has just started, by the way. We're still far from seeing the top. For all the naysayers, all the bears, they always want to say, oh, the bull run is over, bro. Shut up. Cool. So the exchange listing situation, it's still very up high. We have Binance, we have Kraken, we have Bybit. All the best exchanges are there. However, it's not listed on Coinbase from what I can see here. Why would it not be listed on Coinbase? 2 + 2. Good comparison that I want to make is that the one of the market cap of Uniswap, because Uniswap is probably the biggest competitor of Jupiter. Uniswap, of course, on Ethereum primarily, also bridged to Polygon, Arbitrum, whatever. But Jupiter, given that Solana is having a crazy bull run so far, it got so much volume in this bear market just out of all of even the liquidity of these new projects being born and all the meme coin craze. What do you think is going to happen at the peak of the bull run when all the people just aping into these political memes with Trump and the elections and all of these memes in general that are being built on Solana? Solana is going to be one of the biggest big cap ecosystem. Jupiter, as a result, is going to be here to stay. And in my opinion, there's a very good argument that Jupiter is going to overtake Uniswap. If Jupiter was to achieve the market cap that Uniswap has right now, it would be a 4x from here. But of course, we are in very red. The altcoin season is not even started yet. And Jupiter, at the all-time high of Uniswap, will be a 16x from here. Now, we already know that every bull run that we have, there's more and more liquidity, there's more and more players, more and more money, both from smart money and dumb money that flows into the system. So in my opinion, it's not far-fetched to say that Jupiter can do anywhere between a 10 to a 30x from here. 10 will be the very conservative option. Then I would say 15 to 20 would be sort of realistic. I think that 20x would be realistic for what the project actually aims to be and for all the developments that it has. And then we can be moon boy and say that it's going to be 25 to 30x from here. Is that out of the question? I don't think so, but it's definitely on the most optimistic side. And, you might call me crazy. I think it could happen, but I wouldn't count on it. But I think that 15 to 20x could as well happen. And a 10x seems like a no-brainer for now. Okay, so this is my considerations when it comes to price prediction, market cap prediction, etc., etc. Why am I so bullish on it? First of all, I've already said that I think that Jupiter could surpass Uniswap, given that the volume in Solana is going to be mind-blowing. It's probably gonna blow all of the bears out of the water, and it's gonna surpass a lot of things that we saw. It's also a new project. It hasn't gone through a bull run before. It has a lot of potential, and it also had a very nice correction that you can see here from the all-time high that we went to $1.8. Now we're pretty much 50% down from there. So if somebody is looking to make it a safe play of your portfolio, I don't think it's a bad idea. Before doing a quick rundown of the platform and token utility, etc., Maxi is gonna impose KYC for all US citizens and all the countries in which it is technically illegal to use Maxi unless you're using a VPN. That is a big deal. I think it's going to be enforced in June, so less than 2 months from now. I do foresee a lot of drop in volume when it comes to these centralized exchanges. And I think we're going to go more and more away from these centralized exchanges that are non-KYC. Everything's going to be more and more regulated. And I think that DEXs, and specifically DEXs like Jupiter in this case, are going to be more and more present in the sphere. Because think about it, if you're in the US and you were using Maxi to find gems until now, you're not going to be able to do that in a couple of months. So there's probably going to be some steps that you need to take. And one of these is going to be dive more into DEXs, learn how to use DEXs, find the cheapest available options, because of course, DEXs come at a price. They're much more expensive than the centralized exchanges. There's also a lot more gas fees and slippage and a bunch more things to take care of that all of the normies, the traditional people that just buy on Coinbase, Apple, or Binance, they are not aware of these things. So that's absolutely something that I want to touch. Let's just go through the platform real quick. It's not a tutorial. Let me know if you want to see the tutorial down below. But anyway, the swap function is undeniably the most popular one. You essentially swap your crypto. You take one crypto and you swap it into something else. So for instance, I want to swap USDC into Solana. I get that. I want to swap USDC into a meme coin in the Solana ecosystem. I do that as well. Or you can swap Solana directly for a meme coin and vice versa. This is how it works. I also love that it has a limit order function. This is something that Uniswap actually recently introduced, but Jupiter had it, I think, from the beginning. And this is how it works on a centralized exchange. You put a limit order, so you put it in the order book, and if it gets triggered, the order gets filled, and you get your token. Of course, you just need to connect a Web3 wallet, whether a hardware wallet or a hot wallet. There's also a function called DCA, which I find very interesting, and it's exactly what it is. So you can get automatic buy and sell orders. It only says buy, so I'm not sure if it's just for buying or for selling as well. But you're going to put it every thought minutes, every thought hours, thought days or weeks. Very interesting. I don't think that I've seen other decentralized exchanges or aggregators have this function, but this is something very interesting to automate your tasks. And I think that a lot of people will get used of this, especially people that are busy or they don't want to bother too much with, with the nitty-gritty and how decentralized exchanges work. Then there's also a bridge that you can ape into the Solana ecosystem. So for instance, you can bridge your Ethereum to your Solana, or even a stable coin from one network to another network. So for instance, you can bridge your USDC from Ethereum to the Solana blockchain. And from what I was able to see, the fees are usually more favorable than the majority of exchanges that I've seen so far. You can do perpetual trading, something that I wouldn't recommend for the majority of people unless you are a professional into doing these things. And then there's also the Jupiter liquidity pool in which you can provide liquidity. So all it is that, for instance, you provide Solana and it's part of the liquidity pool of Solana. So the liquidity pool that users are going to use for swapping their crypto, and you get rewards by it. It's something that is considered very risky. Don't just ape in without doing your own research, because there's a lot of things that you need to be aware of that I'm not going to waste time now, but I'm very happy to cover in future videos. And then one of the last things that I want to cover is the LFG Launchpad. This is a Launchpad, you guys guessed it, in which people that have a Jupiter allocations are going to be able to vote on the project that are going to be pushed through the Launchpad of Jupiter. This actually is way more revolutionary than what you think, because it uses a particular algorithm. I think I found this information here actually. It's called DLMM. And it's an algorithm, a mathematical formula that adjusts the token price and the allocation for every single round of the token sale based on the demand and supply of the market. So it's completely automated, so it's not set in stone like the majority of launchpads. And of course, this is something that is part of the token utility of the Jupiter ecosystem. You need to hold some Jupiter to participate to this and to vote to all this proposal, all the LFG platform. Also, LFG, just great marketing overall. I like it. Although I haven't had the chance to try this, it's something that I would definitely be interested in exploring. And by the way, full disclosure, I don't even hold Jupiter tokens at this very moment, but it's perhaps something that I would be looking to add to my portfolio. Very hard to say right now because I also want to dive more into higher risk projects, but this is something that, in my opinion, has a lot of potential for all these things that I'm describing right here. This is the utility. So the LFG Launchpad, which is not really listed here. I guess it's part of community engagement incentivization. But anyway, governance. In terms of governance tokens are usually very boring. I'm always quite dismissive of governance tokens because they don't really provide any sort of value. But when you combine this with a launchpad, there's actually stuff to discuss there. And the community engagement, guys, the community that Jupiter has is freaking massive. Solana ecosystem, there's a lot of maxes that were there in the previous bull run. They're still present in this bull run. And because of that, I think that this ecosystem is going to be a winner because there's so many people that actually want to be a maxi or that are maxi already. For the vesting schedule, this is where it gets a little complicated because, of course, it is vested, but the DAO will decide the exact unlock date. So by participating into the DAO governance and being a holder of Jupiter, you're actually gonna vote on how the vesting schedule is gonna be. Quite interesting. It seems also that the strategic reserve can be accessed by the team a year after the token liquidity with at least 6 months notice. So you're essentially gonna be able to know this beforehand, and it's not gonna be a surprise. Look at the LFG platform, research it more, do your own research. But Zeus Network, for instance, was one of the most successful launches so far. It's a project that I've actually reviewed in my private community. So very good things. I really look forward to see what projects are going to launch through here. I think it's going to be something that is going to make more and more people interested in this entire ecosystem. So I've already said, in terms of predictions, anything between a 10 to 30x is possible. It's already 1 billion in market cap, but it's not 10 or 20 billion, and it's much smaller than what Uniswap is. And I think that this is the next big shiny thing, especially because it hasn't gone through a bull run before. The tokenomics don't seem bad. It has a clear use case, a clear value, and a fantastic community behind it. So I hope that you were able to take some value out of this video. Of course, I'm going to remind you and end this video on the note that you should probably join my private community because you don't want to mess up this bull cycle. You might have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create generational wealth. So I really hope that you can join me on this quest to create generational wealth and achieve financial freedom as a result. All the benefits are listed right here: buy alerts, private live stream portfolio reviews, a bunch of educational content exclusive to the community, daily TA, and a lot of other alpha. So I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey. And until then, take care for now.